welcome to Straight Six Fan. I'm Grant Tommy, helping you build your hot rod and your confidence without a ton of money. And actually today we're going to bend those rules a little bit because we're helping you build your off-road rig. And well, the money part, well, I'm going to back into that here in a little bit. But as you know, my daily driver is a 2008 Toyota Tacoma, and I've owned this, it will be 3 years come May. And if you recall, this is the vehicle I bought to replace my old Jeep Liberty, diesel Jeep Liberty, which has been a huge hit on my channel. I'll leave an info card up over here for one of those videos, but it's quite possibly my most popular video here on the channel. So anyway, May will be 3 years, so that's 4 months away now that we're in January. And I have not modified this vehicle whatsoever since owning it, and that's fairly uncommon for me. I usually do something before that. So when I say the not a ton of money part, I did go out and actually spend my money on some really nice parts for this, for the first round of modifications. But before I tell you what those are, let me help explain why like I said, we're twisting the rules a little bit. I think we're going to back into the not a lot of money part. So you can see I was in need of new tires as it was. I guess you could say I have done one modification to this truck in the last 2.5 years plus. And that was, I got a set of like 2015 plus 4Runner takeoff wheels to go on the thing. So it changed the look of my truck substantially. Problem was the tires that came with it were fairly low on tread, so I was in need of new tires. And so again, here's what I'm saying, is that's a normal expense I was going to have to incur anyway. And then I saved money on mounting and balancing as a friend helped me out there who has his own tire remover and access to a wheel balancer. So I went with some General Grabber ATx tires. Where I did spend what I would consider a lot of money on some pricey parts were these JBA upper control arms, and the reason I went and splurged on those was because, well, for Christmas I got 2-inch rough country lift struts. So we have a 2-inch lift on the truck, and so in theory I didn't spend anything on the lift strut, but I did fork out the $400+ for these upper control arms, which just help articulate better. They don't bind up the upper ball joint as much, and help really with caster angles. So still need to get this thing aligned, but let's just take a spin around what this thing looks like. We'll finish with 3 things. 1, I freaking love this stance. I think I nailed it. You know, the back end may want to come up another 1/2 inch or so, but I think it's where it needs to be, especially after the front struts might settle some. I think we're sitting pretty. Secondly, I went to a friend's house. He has a two-post lift. It was definitely a 2-person job. This would have been near impossible for me to do alone. So I say all that because I didn't get a lot of like action shots of us working on it. I did do this time lapse that I'll insert here. But otherwise, I didn't get a whole lot of action of the install, you might say. And then we'll wrap up with one last thing. On the drive home from the buddy's house, I must have goofed around something enough on the front rotors and calipers that one of them's sticking, and so when I take this into the alignment shop, I think I'll probably just have them look at it, because you guys know how awesome I am at brakes and things like that. But yeah, so that kind of stinks, but luckily the alignment shop's not too far from my home, and I can't have more than 12 miles on this with a bad alignment and a sticking rotor or caliper on a rotor. So I'm interested to hear from you guys. What do you think? How the Tacoma looks? Again, I said I love it. So I guess it almost doesn't matter what you have to say. But as always, the comments do help the channel grow. I'm gonna leave some other videos up over here, because I think it's time to bring back Roading with Joe series now that the Tacoma's ready to fit that bit. Otherwise, share and subscribe. I don't care which one you do. It really helps out the channel. That's going to do it for this episode. Until next time, peace out.